we're going to bring you a story that's a kicker. Get it? Like the womb. You get kicked in the
stomach.
womb. Yeah, if you've never felt that.
When does that start happening? When we had our son, it was like 3 months in?
14 weeks.
14 weeks.
When I started to feel the kicking.
It was so weird. She's like, can you put your hand here? And oh my gosh, you feel the little foot, And then, of course, the whole pregnancy process is so incredible, right? And there's this like amazing energetic connection between a woman, yes, I said that, and her child, right? Mm-hmm. And feeling that like consciousness, that connection,
Remember, you used to be able to feel it when we would lay side by side.
Yeah, like, spooning.
Yeah, you could feel he could feel it through my belly.
Yeah, into my back, which is amazing. So we're watching right now. The reason I say that is because that's a beautiful experience, right? So we're watching as these globalists, they're moving us towards a future where that transhumanist agenda is carried out, where gender is dissolved. Like there's no male or female anymore. Like that's what they want. Where biological women are no longer needed. And today, the Cambridge Dictionary, no shit, this is totally true. The Cambridge Dictionary updated its definition of a woman. What is the new definition of a woman? The new definition of a woman today is, it now states that a woman can also be an adult who lives and identifies as a female, though they may have been a different sex at birth.
Yeah.
So that's the new dictionary definition of a woman.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, did they also update the definition of a man? Is it the same?
I don't believe they did.
I'm just getting curious.
I don't think they did.
Wow.
I don't think so.
How sexist of them.
Wow.
And it's very hard to define something when you use the word to define it. It's an adult who lives as a female, right? Which is essentially a woman. Then what is a female? This is you can just keep going rounds and rounds.
And then you go into female and it says "see woman."
Yeah.
Right. So,
like
what kind of a picture of the person would you put in the book too? You have a picture of a flower, a picture of a bird. Like this is the toucan, this is the elephant, this is a woman. Like what do you put there?
Well, I mean, you don't have to put a representation of a face, but it used to be at least of a biology.
Right.
But now those things are no longer synonymous with a term. We don't get our own class anymore.
So they're getting rid of women.
Breeders.
They're getting rid of women. They're getting rid of breeders. This is all happening. And now this week, a German molecular biologist unveiled a new concept for the world's first artificial womb facility. It's called the Ecto-Life, and it will incubate up to 30,000 babies a year. This sounds like science fiction, but it's true. Hashim Al-Ghalali is the biologist who said, quote, the new concept relies on over 50 years of groundbreaking scientific research. He says, according to the new World Health Organization, according to the World Health Organization, not new, around 300,000 women die from pregnancy complications. An Ecto-Life artificial womb is designed to alleviate human suffering and reduce the chances of C-sections. So here is their advertisement for these new womb labs. Buckle your seatbelts. This is real. Watch.
Introducing Ecto-Life, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy. Ecto-Life allows infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With Ecto-Life, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ecto-Life is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others. The facility features 75 highly equipped labs. Each state-of-the-art lab can accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs. Every pod is designed to replicate the exact conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus. A single building can incubate up to 30,000 lab-grown babies per year. Ecto-Life allows your baby to develop in an infection-free environment. The pods are made of materials that prevent germs from sticking to their surfaces. Every growth pod features sensors that can monitor your baby's vital signs, including heartbeat, temperature, blood pressure, breathing rate, and oxygen saturation. The artificial intelligence-based system also monitors the physical features of your baby and reports any potential genetic abnormalities. The pods are equipped with a screen that displays real-time data on the developmental progress of your baby. These data are sent directly to your phone so you can track your baby's health from the comfort of your zone. The app also provides you with a high-resolution live view of your baby's development. A special section in the app allows you to watch a time-lapse of your baby's growth and share it directly with your loved ones. Because babies can recognize language and learn new words while still in the womb, Ectolife growth pods feature internal speakers that play a wide range of words and music to your baby. Through the app, you can choose the playlist that your baby listens to. You can also directly sing to your baby and make them familiar with your voice before birth.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is completely insane. Like, you've seen over the years, they have completely removed human interaction from war, right? Like, you have no more eye-to-eye contact. It's all drones. It's all digital. It's all, you know, you don't see your enemy. And this is like removing the most important aspect from a child is hearing its mother's heartbeat, feeling the connection to the mother, the umbilical cord, the food coming through. Like, they didn't even talk on how are they feeding these things? Like, what are they putting into there to give them any kind of nutrition?
I hadn't even thought of that.
Yeah, yeah.
It would have to be synthetic food.
Right.
It can't be actually.
Well, I mean, I see this. I see this as like one of two options, and maybe it's just like I was watching. And I thought it's one of two things, like soldiers and just worker drones. Bam, and now we've
But
I mean, I saw so many people
the
saying
Matrix.
this is a clone army. This is the potential. You know, they paint it as we're helping women who can't have who
had
complications
cancer.
from cancer and C-sections. But give me a break.
Right, 30,000 babies in one. Like, that's there's that many women that are dealing with that, right?
And actually, we have lowest mortality rates for pregnancy than ever before. When you think of, how women used to have birth outside of hospital settings, like it's safer than ever before.
So this is, that's how they're couching.
And now, we're told as mothers that vaginal births are able to expose them to a healthy bacteria that gives them a healthy microbiome. And so, that's why they tell us really try to go for that vaginal birth. Well, this baby will just be like opened up like a present. There's no vaginal birth.
And also it's
here.
like its digestive system's going to be completely screwed because it's not taking in any like the food that you take in and the nutrients come from that food out into the baby. Like, how's it going to deal with any kind of infection that you might have given it that it build up a resilience to or anything? Like, there's no human element to this.
Well, and that's the tangible stuff, right? The food and that kind of those elements. But what about like the intangible? I'll just throw this out to you guys in the audience and let me know. But like the consciousness, right? To me, because I've seen people saying like this is godless, like in the chat saying like this is godless. Like there's like the consciousness of like a soul, like a human soul, and how is that brought to the child through this experience, right?
Well, even like babies that scientists show that are able to react to the schedule of their home. You think of like the voices and the routines of siblings. Because they are in that home being grown with just a thin layer of skin between them, and they are already a part of the family. They are instead, connected to these souls that are in a laboratory. Where does consciousness even come in? And when they said, like, we can see when there's genetic abnormalities, my question was, and then what? Then you flush it?
Oh,
Exactly.
I know.
That's what I was thinking.
Gene editing.
Right.
We're looking at gene editing at that point, which is something we can absolutely do.
Yeah.
I know yesterday you were on your app looking at this baby, but today your baby is this. We found some genetic abnormalities, and that baby has been swept out of the womb. And now
do you want to swipe right, swipe right, swipe left? I don't like that.
Yeah, this is like,
honey, are you checking?
This is like Gattaca meets Star Wars.
Meets the Matrix. And, the big reveal in the Matrix is that humans are no longer born, they're grown.
Yeah. And so here we are. I mean, this is transhumanism, right? This is what they want. And so there's a long track record. He talked about 50 years of history here. Well, we have a long history of this. The Verge in 2017 with this breakthrough story, an artificial womb successfully grew baby sheep, and humans could be next. The Verge wrote in 2017. An artificial womb that can grow baby sheep. This artificial womb successfully grew baby sheep, and humans could be next, from The Verge. And here they used what was known as a bio bag. So it was a plastic bag where they would literally keep, and they grow it in this like bio bag. And then, yes, it actually grew. According to science and stuff, the scientists behind the work grew 8 fetal lambs for 105 to 120 days in a bio bag. About the equivalent to human fetuses, 22 to 24 weeks of gestation. And then here they go. Here they were born. Watch. Look at that. That's one of the bio bag lambs.
It's super cute. I want it.
Super cute in a bag.
Well, you know what's also crazy to think about with this is like, through time, because they're tracking so much stuff, it looks like on these apps and through all this, the genetics and stuff. And then they're going to be playing them audio, feeding them food. They're going to like come up with averages like, oh, if we play them these audio messages, we get this kind of child. And it's like now we've figured out how to create the perfect child with this auditory, this kind of food, and this. And then I didn't hear him say super serum or anything, but to give like super soldier serum to these kids, like we end up with a much stronger male that comes out and blah blah blah. And it's like, that's where this stuff leads. It leads to completely manipulating
Can we
human
breed
growth.
them to be compliant? Can we breed them to be good readers or good at math or what have you? And we will continue to agree to this if we increasingly disconnect ourselves from human interaction, disconnect ourselves from nature. The more we dive into our cell phones, the more we believe our lives belong in this technology, and we will eventually start to accept this.
Yeah, and this will be, it'll start out with them saying it's about the woman who doesn't want to have the C-section because of trouble with cancer in the past, but it rolls in deep and dark ways. And the scientist behind this says he thinks that this concept of ecto-life will replace natural birth in the future, he says. So basically, we don't need women.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you knew as a parent that you could try on your own and maybe fail and go through a bunch of pain, or you could end up with potentially the perfect child because it was incubated this way, and it's going to cost you less money or something like, time and money, what would you choose? It's like the people that choose fast food. It's like they pick the easy way because they don't have to go through any pain. They don't have to deal with anything. They just get handed this thing that they put in their body or take and
we'll
accept it.
That's literally the plot of Gattaca.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
that's literally the plot of Gattaca, where that's what they do. Is the couple has a natural born child that has a heart defect. So their next child, they get a genetically superior one. They have it gene edited so that they can create the child they want.
I mean, this is happening. This is not science fiction anymore. Like, this is happening. And in fact, Joe Biden, back when he was not demented, back a number of years ago, he during the hearings for then John Roberts, who was it George W. Bush? George W. Bush's choice for the Supreme Court. During that confirmation hearings, he was asking him, he said, John, you will have to vote. You will have to make a decision on about having things implanted in your brain. You will have to vote on these types of stories. This will be the stories of the future. He talked about chips implanted in brains. We're here. We have Elon Musk announcing Neuralink. This is happening. It's really, 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 really troubling. Thank you so much for watching this segment here at Redacted. We are live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern time, trying to share the stories that the mainstream media will not cover. You should also come over and join our community of Redacted Rebels over at redacted.inc. That's our private locals community where we can share exclusive content that we simply cannot share here on YouTube. Come over and join the rebellion together right now by going to redacted.inc. We'll see you next time.